Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. I have smelled too many fragrance clones over the years. At this point, my lungs are probably 40% ambroxan by weight. Still working though, for now. And if there was a frag-pocalypse and everything here exploded, I would grab these 15 clones first before any of the other ones and save them. Like cockroaches, they will survive the fallout. So that's what I'm sharing with you today, the 15 clone fragrances I would keep for life if all the others had to go into the light. And I'm also gonna be doing a giveaway for today, not clone fragrances though. I wanna hook you guys up with something sick. So one of you out there is gonna get 2 killer fragrances for this fall and winter. This is my pointer. I don't know why I have it. I don't need that. I have a finger. Let us begin with the first fragrance, Al Barari Shore by Zamaya. And it's Shore like S-H-O-R-E, not Shore like, yeah, sure. So this one is a newer release. Almost looks like a little lantern, right? Is that the vibe here? Like I said though, newer release right here. And you can take a look at the note breakdown and maybe get a decent idea of what this is going to be just by that. Take a look at that note breakdown. Okay, think, 3, 2, 1, it's Forever Wanted Elixir. Yeah, that's right, they have already cloned Forever Wanted Elixir. They're getting quick about this stuff. Fragrance comes out and they're immediately like, copy that, copy it now, right now. We can't let them get away with this. We need to get our share of the money. I've told you guys before, if you've watched the channel at all, Forever Wanted Elixir, I really like that stuff. The mix of raspberry and leather just smells fantastic. Big attention grabber, perfect for fall and winter time. And even though this one is decked out more like it would be Altair or something like that, it is not. It is the all gold boy from Azzaro. In typical Zamaya fashion, they're trying to keep this a little bit more one-to-one, not as much of a big twist, you know? A lot of clone brands will do that. They'll copy something or be inspired by something, excuse me, and they'll twist it. They'll make it into their own thing. This one is trying to be closer to just the original, but there are some differences. Like in the opening here, there's a more citrus in this one. Did I say there's a more citrus? There's a more citrus. So you have a little more of a fresh aspect off the top with this fragrance, comparatively speaking to Forever Wanted Elixir. But outside of that, you know, it's really similar and perfect for fall and winter time. Stuff smells really good, even right off the rip. You don't have to let it sit in its room and mature. The next one I want to share with you is this Armaf Très Nuit. Now you might look at this and be like, well, that's kind of a weird choice, isn't it? And I would say, yeah, it kind of is. But I have recently got back onto a green Irish tweed kick. Yeah, I know, like heading into fall, winter time, maybe not the greatest time to go on a green Irish tweed kick, but whatever. You know, when it comes, right? I know a lot of you out there, you know what I'm talking about. It could be middle of winter and sometimes you're just like, I really just want to wear something fresher today. Go for it. And so wearing green Irish tweed a little bit has gotten me back into that mood. And so Très Nuit, I guess I would keep this one. And that's of course because this is like the OG green Irish tweed clone, not counting Cool Water by Davidoff. Green, fresh, a little bit sweet, brisk, ultra classy. You can wear this stuff realistically year round, but most people would think of it more spring, summer. And it's dirt cheap. So I was like, yeah, I gotta go with this. I gotta have the cheesy Triforce bottle with the leather belt wrapped around it. That's not really Triforce, is it? It's kind of like a strange slice of pie, I don't know. Or a Trivial Pursuit piece or something. French Avenue is up next. Fierté Luna. This one smells similar to Xerjov's Naxos. And that is a darn good fragrance to smell similar to. One of the best tobacco scents out there. Great little touch of honey in there. What I like so much about Naxos and also Fierté Luna is it gives you that sweeter tobacco, that kind of pipe tobacco feel, especially as it dries down, but it balances it out. So instead of just being straight up hardcore sweet from opening into dry down, you get some aromatic notes in there, you get lavender in there, makes it smell more masculine, makes it smell timeless almost. Because I know for some of you I'm preaching to the choir, but we go through phases when it comes to what's popular in fragrances. Oud fragrances for a time, everyone had to have one. Every single designer brand had an oud fragrance. Some of them had multiple. If that was before your time, you gotta believe me, there was a time where every freaking flanker coming out from any of these brands was oud. And then they were like, okay, let's not do that anymore. And then there was like the blue fragrance wave where every single house, they would announce a new release. Oh, I wonder what it is. Oh, it's a blue fragrance again. Cool. Nowadays we're going through kind of like what I call the neo-gourmand phase, which is where every new flanker seems to be something with caramel, toffee, hardcore vanilla, chestnut. You get the vibe. And I'm not against it. I like those fragrances, the majority of them. I think they smell really good. They're strong, they're powerful, they're attention grabbing. But there will come a time where everything moves in a new direction. Nobody knows exactly what that is yet, but it'll come. This right here, by way of Naxos, smells timeless. It doesn't smell like the type of fragrance that you just slot into one category and go, oh, that's from here, because I can tell because of how it smells. The next one, Nitro Red, intensely. Magnetic cap, yes, nice. So obviously this is a flanker of Nitro Red, and it is, as it says, intense. Great performance, extremely long lasting. This one I choose more so just because of its versatility. It is quite sweet, but it also has a nice fresh aspect to it. A bit of woodiness in there as it dries down. It's that type of fragrance you spray on when you want something that's gonna be loud, a little bit in people's faces, but still not aggressively so in the sense that it's divisive, because this one really isn't. It's very easygoing, a good compliment puller, inexpensive. Again, just a great year-round kind of fragrance on the cheap. And in terms of what it smells similar to, in terms of what is it cloning, well, of course it smells similar to Nitro Red, which Nitro Red smells similar to Invictus, maybe with a smattering, a smidge of BR540. The next one I want to share with you is brand spanking new. Did it make this list because it's brand new and I just got it in and I'm not tired of it yet? Maybe. But before I share that one with you, I want to share with you the codes. And here they are. Got codes for Joma Shop that only work within the app. Those do change every quarter. So if you're watching this in the future, make sure you have the updated codes by watching a new video. Yeah. Then I've got codes for Gift Express, the Perfume Box, Frag Flex, Lucky Scent, and more. So anytime you shop at those stores, use those codes. The new one is by Zamaya, Sharaf Divine. Ooh. Now when you take a look at that, if we put our thinking caps on, can tell that that is an Angel Share type fragrance. It even says by Zamaya, like by Killian. And you would also think, just taking a look at the coloration here, this kind of frosted glass, that it's a clone of this one, Angel Share on the Rocks. Which again is like, how do you even do that? Because this stuff is pretty much brand new. So how do you make a clone of that just a couple months later? Well, I have an answer for you, my friend. They didn't. It's this one, Angel Share Paradise. What? Yes, Sharaf Divine is closer to Angel Share Paradise than it is Angel Share on the Rocks. Now I'm just going back and forth. And you can see that looking at the note breakdown for this fragrance, really, because it has cinnamon in there, it has raspberry, it has caramel, apple, tonka. You know, it's got more of those deeper notes that Paradise is known for, where Angel Share on the Rocks is obviously the freshest of the bunch and has more of a zing, more of a tartness to it. Now, obviously there are some other Angel Share Paradise alternatives already out there. I think like at least 3 or 4 from the big brands, I mean. Obviously, if you count everything, there's even more than that. But this one right here, really, really well done. And to me, it actually does have a slight lean toward more of a fresh aspect than Paradise did. So again, it's not like an exact one-to-one. It has a little tiny twist to it, but I think that makes it more wearable for more people and more situations. But if you're looking for a top-notch Paradise alternative with a tiny touch of that extra freshness, check that one out, but don't expect it to be this, because that's what I expected initially. I mean, you know. Next up, let's go Lattafa with this one, Anashama Caprice. This smells similar to La Nuit de l'Homme Blue Electrique, which shout out to YSL for coming out with the best La Nuit de l'Homme flanker in years and then immediately discontinuing it in North America. Sick idea. I mean, that is big brain. I'm not exactly sure what the end game is on that, but still, you guys are playing 4D chess. I've got it. We're gonna come out with a fragrance that's gonna be a hit. People are gonna love it. Oh, that's great, Johnson. Then what do we do? Discontinue it. We showed them. Genius. It's friggin' genius. And they haven't come out with a new flanker since then, which just shows like big brain. To be fair though, they did come out with Myself, which is basically printing money, so maybe they know more than me. Back to this though, smells similar to La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Electrique. Kind of interesting in the sense that there are not a huge number of Bleu Electrique clones out there, which you would think there would be, just because that fragrance took off like wildfire when it first came out, as far as just like initial popularity, and then was discontinued. So again, in North America, very difficult to find basically after 3 months of it being out. So it creates this whole market where people are like, I want to smell like that, but I don't want to pay a whole bunch of money on eBay and also potentially get a fake on eBay. And there just haven't been a whole lot of good alternatives to step in and be like, well, here, have this, right? And this one is probably the best right now. And I love that DNA. Basically, the quickest way to think about it is take La Nuit de l'Homme, the original, and turn it into a blue fragrance. Another Lattafa Mashrabia up next. This one smells similar to by Kilian's Smokin' Hot. That fragrance style has one of the best openings for me for fall and winter time, like period. I just love it. Whether we're talking the Kilian, whether we're talking Veneno Black by French Avenue, or this one right here. It just smells so good. Oh, like candied apple tobacco. It is addictive. Almost like, you know, sour candy can get addictive and you just keep eating it and eating it and eating it. It's like that. You just keep going back to it. And in the air, when it's cool outside, or even during spring, this stuff is nuts for the price. One of Lattafa's absolute best for me. Next one I'm going with is a classic, or I guess it would be considered a classic at this point, Liquid Brune. Everybody knows the Brune. At this point, this is one of the biggest clone fragrances ever. I'd say top 5, right? Because you'd probably put up there Camera, Club de Nuit Intense Man, maybe Detour Noir, like this is right up there with those. Oh, 9 p.m. Yeah, that's probably like the top 5, right? Something like that. So this one, Parfums de Marly, Altair. Super sweet, gourmandy, ooh, sexy, cozy, magnetic. This one, fall and winter time, you cannot go wrong with. It is a massive hype beast. And it's one of those fragrances where I'm almost like, French Avenue, what are you guys doing? Not in the sense of this one. This one rules. But it's like you could make this presentation, whatever, this name, into something bigger. And they have not done that. Because they came out with this one, which was huge, and then they had Azure came out at like the same time, and then Coco Morado, that came out afterwards. And it's like, well, what exactly are you guys doing? Because this one is PDM, right? PDM Altair. The other two are Maison Crivelli clones, and they haven't done anything since. And it's just one of those deals where you're like, because Afnan with 9 p.m., they saw that take off and they were like, okay, 9 p.m. is a line now. Same thing with Lattafa, Camera took off and they're like, Camera is a line now. Detour Noir, same thing. Club de Nuit Intense Man, same thing. French Avenue Liquid Brune, they're like, Guys, reevaluate, rethink the line. This stuff rules. Rayhan, this one right here, Pacific Aura. This is, in my opinion, the best thing that they've put out so far. To be fair, their stuff has gotten a lot better from when they first launched. When they first launched, it was not so hot. But they don't release as many things as all the other big brands. They release like one thing every, I don't know, is it like 2 months or so, something like that? Which could be good and also bad. Good in the sense that if they take their time and release stuff that's just absolute banging every single time, that's good. Bad in the sense that if they're releasing only one thing every so often, then all the other brands are releasing a lot of things over top of them, and by the time they release theirs, they're like the 5th, 6th, 7th one to the party. Not good, but that's not for me to worry about, so I guess ultimately I don't care. I don't know. I'm just letting thoughts spill out of my head. Times like that, I wish that you could like talk back, because I'm having a conversation and nobody's saying anything. So Rayhan Pacific Aura, this stuff is Pacific Chill by Louis Vuitton, which if you have ever been to TikTok is like the most overhyped brand on the planet. I'm not saying Louis Vuitton is bad. I'm not saying that at all. But you would think the stuff cures cancer, like legitimately. And again, to reiterate, I'm not saying that all Louis Vuitton is bad. That's not what I'm saying. But if you know, you know. Okay, so this one, like Pacific Chill, super, super attention grabbing when you first spray it on. Fresh, sweet, zingy, brisk, smells great. Solid performance with this one, quality extremely high, spring, summertime, an absolute staple. As I said, if you're starting with Rayhan, if you have smelled nothing from the brand, you should probably start there. Armaf Checkmate King. So this one, when it first came out, man, it had like parties and everything. Everybody was like, oh, Checkmate King. And I feel like it's not talked about quite as much as it was when it was launched, but I guess that makes sense. But this to me is still absolutely killer. One of the best things Armaf has done here recently. It smells similar to Scandal Absolu. The bottle is sometimes slightly sus in the sense that the first one that I bought was shattered. So what happened was, I guess in transit somehow, which I guess this isn't really Armoff's fault, but this got like hit somehow inside the box. The cap here got like torqued. And when it did, it just shattered everything right here. But they sent a replacement and this one was good, so all good. Scandal Absolute, one of my favorite fragrances for fall and winter time. And this does an amazing job at capturing that. So if you want Scandal Absolute, oh, get this. We have 5 to go, we have to go quicker. Here is the first fragrance I'm gonna be giving away though. It is the most wanted, so, oh, still sealed. So that's the first one. The next fragrance I wanna talk to you about is Hooked Intensely. This is by Rubraca. Now it's gonna probably be pretty easy for you to guess what Hooked Intensely smells like from the name and also that color scheme. Yes, you are correct, Stronger With You Intensely, good job. And it is quite similar to Stronger With You Intensely, though I will say to me, this one almost smells like it's somewhere in between Intensely and Absolutely. So it's not like full bore, like turbo ultra sweet like Intensely is, but it's also not the exact same as Absolutely, and obviously with that name, it's trying to be more Intensely. But it kind of falls in between the two, you know? It's like the forgotten flanker of the Stronger With You line. That's almost how that smells, which I like even more because I already have Stronger With You Intensely. And if it were an amazing clone of that, that would still be absolutely great for everybody who wants one, but I kind of like it in between. Gives me something a little different. Legacy is up next, Maison Azrar. This one smells similar to Blue Talisman. There was a glut of Blue Talisman clones that kind of came out all around the same time. I think for a lot of people, this one is considered like the most well-rounded. You get great quality, huge wearability, smells quite similar to Blue Talisman, although it is obviously much more affordable. And so to get my Blue Talisman vibe, to get another fragrance in this lineup that I can wear pretty much whenever I want, going with that one. Hawass Ice by Rasasi up next. This one takes that original Hawass DNA, but gives it an icy sheen, freshens it up even more. And to me, that helps balance it out a little bit better because that sweetness is not overloaded quite so much. Quality versus price, fantastic. So this stuff, an easy buy, easy pickup, and another one that I can wear spring and summertime. So going with Hawass Ice, also going with Vulcan. Can I just call this like Vulcan Blue from now on? Vulcan Teal? Something like that. So this right here is, first off, fantastic atomizer. I love when the cheap brands hit you with atomizers like that. They don't always, but when they do, it's always such a nice surprise. And it makes me complain like a little pea baby every time that I do that, and then I get a $175 designer or an even more expensive niche fragrance, and the atomizer is like from a dollar store. It's like, guys, come on. My $25 fragrance has a better atomizer. Surely to God, your $500 fragrance can have a better one. Come on. But this smells similar to God of Fire. There are a lot of God of Fire alternatives out there. Some other ones that are just absolutely killer as well. Mango Ice, for example, that one for the price point, killer. But this one for me, probably the most well-rounded one. Now, if you wanted to go heavier on the mango, there are other ones better than this one that go heavier on the mango. If you want to go heavier on the woods, there are ones that do that too. But I think just like overall the balance, that's what I'm going for. And the final one, Off-Non Collector Supremacy Edition. Yes, Supremacy Collector's Edition. Collector Supremacy Edition. I guess you could technically make a fragrance called that. I don't know. That one smells similar to Absolute Aventus by Creed, and it's one of those ones where for the price point that you pay, like, it's just unbeatable. The quality is through the roof, the performance is there, compliment factor, versatility, everything. Of course, you have to have an Aventus style fragrance, right? So I'm going with that one. All right, guys, giveaway time. The most wanted, and also, L'Homme Ideal Parfum. So like I said, that's the hookup for one of you guys for fall and winter time. You can get those two right there. Smelling like a king. If you want to be entered in the giveaway, usual stuff, guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. You can't be entered without a comment because I picked the winner with the random comment picker. So for the comment, just let me know what clone you would pick. Like if you could pick only one. If you don't even own any clones, that's fine too. Just tell me what designer you would pick or niche fragrance, whatever. And when I say pick, I mean like that you would keep for life. I'll pick a winner with random comment picker, usually the following month, post it up on the post tab of the YouTube channel. If you're the winner, hit me up, I will ship it out to you. All right, guys, that'll do it for me. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, take care of yourself. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.